Welcome everyone, I'm Alison with Continental Bead Suppliers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have some fun with birthstone and Zodiac jewellery. We'll show you how to create these fabulous earrings with our Capricorn Zodiac charm and some sparkling turquoise coloured crystals. Mix and match earrings are unique, and these ones add a fabulous spark of creativity to birthstone designs. Let's begin. For Zodiac earrings, we'll be using a Capricorn Zodiac charm or the charm of your choice. I'll put the link in the description underneath so that you can find the other charms that are available. The part number is Zodiac CHARM. About 6 inches of the silver cable chain. The part number is CH819. I've cut this into 4 lengths of 10 links. 4 21 gauge 3mm jump rings. The part number is JR3. 3 20 gauge eye pins. The part number is E/P2. 2 silver ear wires. The part number is EW5002. 8 4mm turquoise coloured crystals or any other bead that's around a 4mm size. Just 5 size 11 seed beads. I always have a few more as I tend to flip them around when I'm trying to get them on the eye pins. 2 flatnose pliers, 1 pair of roundnose pliers and a flush cutter. So we'll begin Zodiac earrings by taking 1 eye pin and beginning to load on the crystals and seed beads in an alternate design. So let's put this one on. Sometimes I find it easier just to put the seed bead on the end of the tip of my finger, just so that they're not flying all over the place. So we're just going to put the six crystals on. This turquoise is such a pretty colour. So almost there. Nice little seed bead. And last crystal for this little bit. Excuse me. So now we need to create an open loop on this end of the eye pin, and the way that I do that is just by folding the wire down using my nail. So I formed a 90-degree angle. I'm just going to snip this down to about 1 centimetre. Take my round nose pliers, which still have a marking on, to keep the size of loop that I'm looking for. And we're just going to make sure that this is closed nicely. You see I have a little bit of a gap there. I'm just going to take the flat nose pliers and just move that in a little bit like that. Okay, they're both facing the same direction and that's what we need. I'm going to take another eye pin and create a tiny little connector link really with these 2 crystals. It'll be 1 crystal on each eye pin. So we're going to create the loop in the same way that we did for this crystal bar here. And because it moves around quite a bit, we're going to have to reposition the open loop again. So we'll just cut this down. Again, about 1 centimetre. Make sure that's nice and snug. It's not too far off, but let's get that right. So using 2 flat nose pliers, I'll just twist this round a little bit so that they're both facing in the same direction. These little gaps here will get closed up when we attach the chains and the ear wires. Okay, so that's 1 done. We'll thread on the last crystal. And we'll create an open loop in the same manner. So the 90-degree angle again. Trim this down. Oops. Okay. Once again, we'll just make sure that these are both facing in the same direction. You see it's just off a little bit. Easy enough to sort out. Okay. So we have these two little links now. Next thing we'll do is take a 3mm jump ring and we will attach it to one end of the crystal bar here, along with one piece of chain, the last link on one piece of chain. And we'll close that up. Make sure that's nice and flush. We're going to do the same on the other end. So another little jump ring. And we'll attach the second piece of chain. Close that up. Then what we're going to do is take one of the ear wires and attach the link, the single link to it. Before I do that, I just want to make sure that these are both closed nicely so there's no gap for once we start applying the chain. Sometimes you forget to just make sure that that's in position there. So I actually have the loop of the ear wire open, so I'm going to attach this on here. I think I'm going to attach this on here. There we go. And close this up. So it's going to be sitting like that. Then I'm going to open this little loop on this end and attach the first piece of chain here. So I have to make sure that the chain is lying in the right direction and that it's not going to get twisted. So it just takes a minute to do, but this is how it's going to sit here. And then we'll pick up the other end and again make sure that it's running all in the same direction, that the cable link is lying flat. It's easy enough to adjust if it's not. And you can see that that's sitting nicely there. So I'm going to close up this little open loop here. Again, make sure it connects. So that's the first earring done. So we'll set that aside. Let's move these little seed beads out of the way. And now we'll work with the Capricorn charm. Basically, the charm is going to take the place of the crystal bar, so we're going to be working the same method. So we'll take a 3mm open ring and attach it to the loop on the end of the charm, and one length of chain, the last link on one length of chain. And then we'll close that up. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. Onto this other loop. And the last link on the last piece of chain. And close that up. So that's what this is looking like here, and I purposely chose the gold colour here. I think it's just a nice little detail. It picks up the gold of the seed beads that I used here, so I think it's going to come together really rather nicely. I'm just going to again make sure that these links are complete so that we don't forget about it when we go to put this on there. So I'm going to attach this onto the ear wire. Close that up. I'm going to open the bottom loop here, and again let's make sure that the chain is sitting in the right direction here. Oops. Okay, and then we'll put the other side on. Just make sure everything's sitting nicely. Close this up. And here we have Zodiac earrings. So these earrings can be worn, it doesn't matter which way around you wear it. You can either, just so long as the font is legible, so that you don't have you haven't put it onto the ear wire so it's facing backwards like that. So it's just taking a minute and logically thinking this through. But this is Zodiac earrings. We hope you've enjoyed this little video. Please give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, we love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.